Okay, we'll go ahead and we're gonna do take number 38. I'm kidding, it's only take number 6, but I'm going along with the meme in the chat. So we've had a couple of runs where people died, and we've had one run where there was 14k HP left on Alfia on turn 12. So if you can just fix a little bit of the skill order, then we're fine and we should be okay. The main problem is that that units are dying, and if we can get through that stage and everyone survives after turn 5, then we have to go. We should be okay. Skill 2 on everybody to apply our buffs, and Haruhime is also healing. The second sack, the first sack was Line for extra essay gouge, and the second sack is RD, skill 2 for physical and magical resistance down, and the crit and pen rate down, which helps because both Alfia and Zard also do a lot of crits and pens. So if you don't debuff their crit and pen, they randomly pick up units, which is what happened in some of my failed runs. Haruhime is also an addition to this team because she... last time I wasn't using Haruhime, I was using another magic unit, and I was using Kotori, which wasn't bad, but I only managed to clear the stage on turn 25. But Haruhime is actually useful, the winter one, because she removes the single target and AoE buffs that Zard and Alfia have, so that you can do full damage to them, and also the defensive buff that she applies is a pretty good thing as well. So Zard, what Zard does turn 4, if you didn't know, is he removes all the buffs from you, so some of the buffs that you do before that, and if you apply them too quickly on turn 4, they get removed. But that's why we do Sheikah on turn 4, and also Alize's skill 2, so the buffs remain on the party instead of getting wiped. So yeah, the HP is looking okay, so if we survive this essay and then also the next turn after this, should be looking okay. We're doing this, guys. We are doing this. We're not gonna fail this. We'll do it at some point. I just hope it's this run. Otherwise we'll just go ahead and do another one, but that's why we have the 0 stamina cost. Anyways, we reapply Haruhime Winter Skill 1 because that buff got removed, and it's actually too fast of an ability if you do it turn 4, so it gets wiped, so you want to heal instead on her. And then Haruhime can also do skill 1 on this turn. We do still have to apply the physical and fire buff on Alize. That's why we do her skill 1 here. And the magic Alize is the same thing, but she wants to spam her skill 2 anyways. So the skill order there makes sense. Okay, now that we've survived turn 4 and turn 5, which are the hardest turns to survive, I'm hoping we are through the hardest part of the run and that everything goes according to plan from now on. We do have a lot of healing now as well, with both the Haruhimes pretty much spamming skill 3. We might do skill 2 on Haruhime here once again, because turn 7 is pretty much the same thing, where they remove the buffs from your units once again. So we also want to do skill 1 with Alize, so that she has all her extra actions for after this. Okay, yeah, this is the attack that removed all our buffs, so we apply buffs once again after they got removed, with Sheikah and with skill 2s of Alize. And then this essay should also hopefully not kill us, though it is possible. It hits a little bit lower than the turn 4 and turn 5 one, and I'm not exactly sure why, but generally that's a little bit easier to survive than the turn 4 and the turn 5. So we go back to skill 2 on Magical Alize to apply her fire and magic buff once again. and do skill 1 on the physical Elise for the same reason. And then we can extend the buffs and debuffs and also do the Haruhime skill 1 to reapply our buffs and debuffs, unless we need to remove this first. And that could be something that I want to consider. Because they do still have 1 turn on unit resist, and that does make our units hit a little bit less, but I think I want to be more safe instead and do the skill 1. Just to make sure we don't die here with the extra physical and magical resistance that her skill 1 gives. Okay, so now we go back to skill 3 on Haruhime. The normal Haruhime is also fine with just doing skill 3 here. Though skill 1 is actually not bad because it also removes the magic nullification, or just does some damage to Alfia. So we'll do skill 2 and skill 2 here. She still has extra actions, so she's good. We'll reapply them on the next turn after this, however. Okay. Okay. They applied extra physical and magical notifications, but we're already getting rid of them. So the next turn we should be hitting for full damage once again. We might. Let's hope it doesn't happen again, and we we don't have the same thing that we had. Yes, with 14k damage. That would be nice. That would be nice. So we need 1 more turn to get 3 more essays. That's why we have been saving up the special attacks. So we'll do 1 more turn without them. Haruhime can go back to using her skill 3 to extend the buffs and debuffs. And Elise this turn can start hitting the Alfia with her skill 3. The magical Elise is still fine on her skill 2. Well, no, actually we want to use skill 1 on Elise because she's running out of extra actions. Another version of this would just also be using the skill 2 and not having additional actions afterwards, but it should be fine regardless. Anyways, the Haruhime plus both of the Elises are gonna do a special attack combination here, and if you don't know what happens with extra attacks, I mean with more special attacks at the same time, is that each of the attacks deals more damage based on how many special attacks you do. So in this case, both of the Elises are gonna do 160% damage with their essays. So that's what we're doing with them. And let's hope that gets rid of most of the HP on Zard and Alfia. Another thing is that Haruhime is this time correctly placed in front of or leftmost of the other units doing the special attack. So her buff goes up first and gives the units 100% physical and magical buffs, and then both of the attacks hit even that much harder. You guys thought I would forget the essays, but I did not. I did not. Maybe we still would have killed it if we did it turn 12, but we would be missing on extra strength and magic in that case, so it would be a shame not to do it on turn 11. Okay. This should get them pretty low. There we go, okay. And now we're just hoping that the counters next turn, or counters starting this turn, finish them off. Still have to not die, I guess, to this special attack, but No, I don't think Zard will survive. He's actually the lower HP one, once again. If anyone can survive, it's Alfia. She has more HP. There's no way Zard ends up surviving. There's absolutely no way Zard ends up surviving. Okay, so we do our... Zard has physical notifications, so basically we're hitting... The physical attacks hit Alfia and the magic attack hits Zard. And then we also have both Akane and Haruhime skill 1. Snow illusion, another illusion by the way. Hitting Alfia for a little bit more extra damage. And then one more counter after that from the Magical Elise should theoretically finish that. Okay, if she survives on that HP once again, I swear. Okay, good, good. Nice, okay, so we have done it. None of them survived this time. So great. And we do have some extra Valis as well as a reward for a zero stamina quest. So yeah, very nice. We did get the S clear here. We have done the lose no member before, that's why it didn't complete here. But of course this run was without losing any units and with clearing it in turn 12. So I'm really happy with that. And now we can also check what we get as a reward for clearing both the difficulty 130 and the difficulty 140 quest. And we do get the hero lights, 5 hero lights, and the trophy. So you should do your best to also try and clear this if you can. And then if you don't know what the trophy is used for, you go into your profile and you click the feat list. And then the trophy is gonna show up here pretty much wherever. And we got the feat for ultimate scales, the proof of one who overcomes the scales of right and wrong and inherits the will of a champion. So that's really nice to see, and people that are gonna check my profile from now on are gonna be able to see that. So that's really nice. So yeah,